I have been RVing for 57 years, but I just sold my last two RVs that I own. Plus, I sold my truck not long ago that used to haul these RVs around. Well, since I got rid of these RVs, does that mean I'm no longer an RVer? I don't know. I was just thinking about today. My name is Jimmy Rance. You know, I want to talk about RV stuff just a little bit. I don't know why I get so annoyed, but I do. I don't know why. I can't understand why a lot of people, and look, I love RVing. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But I never went out there holding my little camera up, telling everybody this is the greatest life in the world. Sell your house and buy an RV and be free. Be free. I never did that because who am I to tell people really what to do? But every day there's channels all over YouTube. You can't get away from them. Say, well, Jimmy, why do you watch them? You can't get away from them. And I actually, because I am an RVer, even though I don't have an RV this moment, I get tired. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I get tired of these people trying to tell us meaning we who live in apartments or manufactured mobile homes, or maybe we own our own homes, our houses, like I own my house. And I'm a bad guy because I do that and not choose to go, I'm almost 72 years old here. I don't know if I want to go bouncing around the road every day. You know what I mean? I kind of like something called convenience. I really like the easy kind of life. I'm getting older. Things are harder to do when you get older. I mean, you have to just be honest with yourself. I kind of would like to be close to my bank, to my pharmacy, or to my doctor, to the hospital, to shopping, food delivery, restaurants, everything. I love that convenience. But no, I should give that up to go bounce around out in some litter box desert somewhere and call that being free and living. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. And what gets me is one of their major selling points to this life is, well, my RV has a steering wheel. Well, big deal. So what? Meaning what? Well, it means that if I don't like where I am, I can move. Well, let me tell you something. I have something called a garage, and inside of that garage is something called a vehicle. Anytime I want to get out of it, let's say I don't want to look at this cat anymore. Oh, okay. I can go in another room. I can go downstairs. I can go out in the backyard, the front yard. Or I can just get in my vehicle and go somewhere and get out. My vehicle also has a steering wheel. A lot of you RVers act like we're just chained down, we're nailed down, and that's all we're going to see. Oh, well, if I get tired of seeing the same tree every day, I can crank it up and move. So what? I can walk out the door, get in my vehicle, and I can go wherever I want to go and look at whatever's out there. A new tree, a ton of trees, a grove of trees. It don't matter. Your argument is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Boy, I can tell I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Just some things irritate me, and I am kind of irritated. I'm irritated because of YouTube, if you want to know the truth about it. The crap that they run content creators through, once you get to that point where you want to flip the switch on to be monetized, the crap they make you do. They assume that you know the system. They assume that you know what to do. They don't tell you nothing. 1 minute they'll tell you what to do. I'm getting off subject. 1 minute they'll tell you to go check your email. You go check your email, there's nothing there. And then you go into the YouTube analytics under the Earn tab, and there's nothing there. And you go, well, what do I do? And then finally, they'll send you an email. And then you go and do what you got to do. And then the next time, you're waiting on another email to advance to the second part of what you're supposed to do towards get your AdSense. But there's no email. Now they send it over to the Earn tab. And so you do that. And it goes back and forth and on. It's just absolutely ridiculous. They need people, not this AI crap, handling this stuff, because this AI stuff is absolutely ridiculous. Now, getting back to the stinking RV stuff. If I don't like the tree outside of my house, I walk out the front door and I can take a little trip in my own neighborhood and look at all kind of trees. That's not a problem. And then whenever I get sick of it, I come back home and I don't worry about the tree. And if the tree bothers me that much, hey, I can cut it down. Or maybe I could plant another tree or some flowers. Oh, well, my house has a steering wheel. Well, good for you. My house has flushable toilets and a big, nice freezer refrigerator. I have, central heat and air. I mean, you want to really go toe-to-toe about what you have versus what we, the homeowner or apartment owner or apartment renter has? I don't think you do. Can you imagine? Think about it. Now, I know there's a lot of healthy people in their 60s and 70s, maybe even in the 80s. I don't know, but can you imagine when you get to that point where you can't drive anymore, or your vehicle, you don't have money to go run out there and just go buy a new one because now you're on Social Security and you can't afford $800 a month payments. You might make $2,000 a month in your Social Security, but yet you're going to afford $1,000-something payment just for an RV? That's not practical. Can you imagine being really old and you're broke down, or you've had a heart attack or a stroke, and now you got to live in a rust bucket, and eventually your RV is going to turn into a rust bucket. Eventually your van is going to turn into a rust bucket. Why? Because that's what they do. These are not houses. They're like earthquakes going down the road. It's like being in a hurricane. You're cruising down the road 70, 75 miles an hour. Guess what? You're in a hurricane. You're being rattled to death. And you wonder why, hey, I got to fix my RV. Something's loose. Yeah, no joke. Okay, that's all I want to say about that. But just because you have a problem living in a neighborhood, well, I guess that's on you. If a tree bothers you, well, I don't know what to tell you. Go get in your little RV and go move and go look at another tree and just smile and think you're really doing something. One last thing I want to mention. I need to get in a better mood. But I've been talking about polls and situation comedies. We got a little contest tournament thing going on right now. The second half of our sitcom, the best sitcom of all times, that's running right now. Andy Griffith won the first round, and what you call that show? MASH. God, I can't think. MASH came in second. So Andy Griffith Show and MASH will advance, and they will be in the final 4 to vote on. And right now we're doing the second half of the poll, and we'll come up with 2 winners from the second half, and we'll let them go head to head with Andy Griffith and Cheers and see who won. This thing's getting long. I don't want to say that much more. And I don't know why this irritates me. It shouldn't, but it does. Why? Because see, whenever I turn on my camera and I start talking to you, and I have to think about a topic. I have to think and organize some facts in my head on what I want to say. I'm not one of these people who go and steal other people's material, and that's what bugs me. A lot of people will go run over to TikTok or I don't know where, and what they'll do is they will somehow copy little segments of different people. They'll pick a topic and they'll run these little segments of what some of these people on TikTok say. And then in between each little segment, the content creator may offer an opinion. It could take 5 seconds. Oh, well, I don't agree with that. And then they move on to somebody else, and you watch their little TikTok that they're showing you. But the content creator makes money off of stealing other people's work, literally almost claiming it as his own. Say, well, this is my video. Yes, I'm using other people's videos. That's because I'm too lazy to think of something to say in the camera, so it's easy for me to just steal other people's work and present it. And then in between each or every other video, I'll say 3 or 4 words to make it look like I'm offering an opinion, which allows me to do that. I wish YouTube would stop that. If you want to go to TikTok and watch these people show. I don't need you to break down what they say, and then you're presenting it as if what they say, that's how they feel and that's the truth. Because number one, if you make a video, I can cross-examine you down in the comment section. But if you're sitting out there showing all these segments from TikTok, I can't cross-examine those TikTok people because they're not there to talk to. I can only talk to you, not them. And that makes you lazy. I'm Jimmy Rance.